What's going on, everybody? Bear with me a moment while I try to get my camera working here. It's being a little finicky with me as of recently. Not quite sure why.
There we go. All right. Sorry about all that. Well, let me
kill that mic. There we go. So that should have us on a single mic. Let's see here. Test. All right. So there we go. We are loaded up here. And let me just pull up my flight plan here. So we are picking up on, I do believe it is now day 10 of our around the world or world tour flight. Let me just quadruple check here. So correction. This is day 9. Day 9, not day 10. Getting ahead of myself here. Let me make a quick change to the stream title, because that's a little misleading. People will be thinking I missed a whole day, or they missed a whole day. So let's go here. The flight we've got planned for today is going to be picking back up in Adak, Alaska, where we last landed. And that's Papa Alpha Delta Kilo is the IACO code. And so our flight's going to be, where are we headed? Where's this? Casco Cove in Alaska. I'm doing a bit of a shorter flight. This would be just an hour and a half or so. But the reason why we're going a bit shorter is just a little shorter on time. I'd like to get all the way to Russia, but that's going to put us right around 3 hours, which is just pushing it for the time that I have now. So we're going to make it work with what we got here. The other thing I wanted to potentially do is I want to see if the livery of a specific plane is in the simulator. Now, I think I mentioned on the last flight that I had ordered a book. This is the book. It's Beechcraft Diaries. It's written by a Canadian fellow who was in the States, and he purchased a Beechcraft. He was in Silicon Valley, came into a whole bunch of money, and decided to buy a plane. And he went out and bought a Starship out of all planes that he could get. His plane specifically was November 401 Alpha Sierra, which was the 19th plane, 19th Starship made. NC-19 was the plane code. So what I wanted to see is if that plane happened to be in here. And what was it again? November 401 Alpha Sierra. November 45 FL. The other thing I wanted to check is I know they're a little reluctant to use, or they seem to be reluctant to use the proper tail numbers on some of these planes. So I just wanted to see. This one had a blue and a red stripe. Which I believe, no, that's gray. Oh, I think we're going to stick with this one here. I'm also going to change the identification back, I think, or just eliminate it entirely. Because it doesn't display correctly, and I'm wondering if that is just on the when you enter your own identification. Either way, we're going to find out. But we're going to load in our flight plan here. I've already saved it. So here we go. I think that's the one, right? That's what I said. I think that's what I said. PADK PAAT. Didn't want to save. Let's try that one more time. Could not save flight plan. Okay. That's okay. We can do this ourselves. We're going to go from Adak. And we're going to go to Casco Cove. The plan was to overfly this runway right here. this runway, is this the one? $10,000-foot runway. Eareckson, Alaska. So that must be designed in some way, shape, or form for this to be a military installation. So you've also got what used to be a airport right there. This is some sort of radar installation, perhaps. Definitely some military looking stuff. But anyhow, so that's the flight plan I had there. Pretty basic flight plan. This one, we're going to go to 36,000 or 360. And it's going to be a pretty easy flight. Actually, let's so I also had this done in SimBrief here. You can't see it because I'm on console, so that's a fun thing. So that's what I'm going to... wonder if I can do that. Enter route string. I want to get rid of this. ADK. ADK. Let's go back here. Oops. Direct. Go J115. Nope, that's wrong. Direct. J115. Oh, no, let's do the full string, I guess. ADK J115. This way. Let's see. And PADK from Adak. Okay. So this flight plan we are looking at, we're going to go for 32,000, 36,320. Looks like about 387 nautical miles. Going to do it 32,000 feet. We're going to need about 2,400 pounds of fuel. Passengers, 0. Cargo, sure, 185, why not? Fuel, block fuel. Okay, well, we'll just leave the fuel as it is. Configure. £2,400. 23. So first we go mains, then we go aux tanks. So that's how we're going to go. Save configuration, seats, cargo. I think that's better to do from in the plane anyhow. That's right. Let's send this. Cruise fuel burn. Let's punch in these numbers just because this is definitely wrong. 640 gallons an hour. True airspeed, we're looking going to be around 320. Fuel tank capacity. What is the capacity on the Starship? I know it's like 3785 gallons. Can I switch gallons to pounds? Let's see here. 3785 pounds to gallons. Looking at 455 or so gallons. 5351. Swear I just changed on here. Figure fuel. $565. Okay, that was correct. Just want to make sure. Fuel planning is one of those things that always trips me up. So 565 cruise fuel burn. In cruise, we're going to be burning around 640 was in cruise. Climb 700. $640. Climb 140. Climb rate 2500. Descent fuel burn 302. Or sorry, 320. See, that's the problem. This here is all in gallons. That's all going to be wrong. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, it don't matter. We're going to send this to ATC and avionics, but we're not going to start from the runway. And this is going to be an evening flight, so we can see what this is going to look like, what the lighting is going to look like. I'm guessing we're going to go for runway 23. All right. Let's load in here. Let's get it going. It's been a minute. Switched over the chat just in case anybody pops in to say hello. Get a quick beverage. All right. There she is. The machine. And my state saving doesn't seem to be working in 2024. But let's have a quick look around. Make sure nothing's seeming out of the ordinary. We've got the pins. Oh, wait. Is that the pin removed or is that in there? Let's crouch. No, it's just the wiring. Okay. I'll look around. Free spinning turbine. Whee! Could just spin in the wind there. It's kind of neat. This is a aqueduct. I wonder if that's for like air conditioner or something. So there's no APU. Alright. Well, all looks good out here. Let's hop in the pilot seat and run through the checklist. Let's bring up that checklist. So, there it is, checklist. Ooh, advanced expert checklist. Let's see what that does. Park brake, control locks removed, landing gears down, battery, let's go on. Pitch roll set to 0. Zero, zero, zero. Good stuff. Fuel quantity, 1303, 1303. That's 26 and 6. Oxygen pressure, 1805. Cabin temperature's dropping pretty quick. Let's get the cabin door closed, I guess. Payload. There we go. Okay. Okay. Air stairs door, battery going off. Wheel chocks removed. Double check. All removed. Doors closed. Circuit breakers. All in. All good there. And all good there. Reversionary panels, 1, 2, and 3, all as I would like them to be. Seatbelts, shoulder harness, park set audio panel should be as required. Yes. Static source is set to normal. Oxygen supply on. Ice protection off. Landing gear down. Anti-skid switch. Always pronounce that wrong. Center reversionary is fine. Standby instruments. Let's get the standby instruments coming to life. Standby battery power is illuminated. Power levers are set to idle. Set that to full forward. I'm going to manually bring these back. Unfortunately, my yoke does not have enough inputs to individually control those. So I have to do a little bit of mouse work. Power levers, props will forward, fuels and cutoff, bleeders off. We've got temp mode off, battery can come on. We're going to check the triple feed bus, 25.2, need 22 minimum. Central bus, 26, we need 23. We've got good voltage, ECAS can come on. Firewall valves, push closed. Extinguishers illuminated. Standby pumps to on. Pressure low and unseater illuminated. We're going to close the firewalls. Firewall switches. That extinguisher is going to go out. And the low pressure light goes out. Standby pumps are functioning. Pumps can come off. Free pressure low is good. Transfer flow. You see voltage drop. It is working. Transfer message illuminated. Actually. Yep. Transfer message are eliminated. Full person are seated. Extinguish ship. Transfer flow off. Avionics. Blow motor message. Avionics fail. Yep. Miss that guy. Maybe that alternate blower motor tick on. Let's move these out of the way for a second. Blower motor's on. Go to the next page, but it is cast messages there. Avionics airfield message is extinguished. Avionics alternate blower off. Fuel quantity check 1303 and 1303. Oxygen pressure is confirmed. Cabin lights as required. We're going to go seatbelts. All that stuff is good. We're going to go our master lights to come on. We're going to go strobe to low. Engine start off battery. Right generator on. 12%. There's 12. Introduce fuel. Fuel's flowing. ITT coming up. 816 was the peak. Oil pressure. Temperature's increasing. Starter can come off at 52%. It is off. Rate generator can go test and on. It is now on. Right condition lever can now go to full run position. Alright, good for load. Let's get the left ignition to on. N1 is increasing. Looking for 12% N1. 11, 12. Fuel coming in. ITT going up. 829, good start. Oil pressure's coming up. Oil temperature's coming up. Ignition off. Generator test and on. Ready to go. Gen ties to open. Left to right gen tie eliminated. Triple feed bus we're going to check. 27.8, need between 26.5, 28, that is good. Gen tie to normal. Left and right generator tires are extinguished. Generator load is parallel, 15 amps aside. Before taxi. Pilot and co-pilot avionics can come on. Let's get those guys on. Standby indicators are already on. Bleed air valves, we can go to both. Temp select to auto. Lights as required. Let's get our taxi and landing lights because I just want to. Cabin lights. Cabin lights or furnishings. Okay. No smoking, seatbelts are already on. Instruments good. Flaps are indeed retracted. And here's alignment. Let's get that going here. We've got a message. Update the VLF. Update from VLF from FMS. Nav source FMS1. I like my arc map. Kind of. Let's go HSI for now. And arc map over here. FMS performance page. Let's see here. Distance 377. Bearing, direct, track, wind, true speed, ground speed. Okay. Progress route, VME, position summary. Radar. Was it IDX? Film management. What are we at here? 20. Let's just say 2600. Good enough. Zero passengers. Actually, that's what we should check right over here. Okay, that's good, that's good. 0, 0, 0, 0. 240 is my chunky butt. My wife is not 170. There we go. Okay. 185, cool. Fuel. Alright. No. Read, write, inspect waypoints. Trip planning. Trip planning from PAT. Now, P, letter. Is it letter P? Nope. Letter. On letter. There we go. 2. £640 an hour. FMS data. Okay. Plan map. Display. All right. Okay, let's kill those. That's annoying. Electrical cabin. That's all fine. It's 18 degrees C in here. We're warming up. Okay, cool. Let's get these on. Shields. Good, good. Radio standby. Yep. Okay. Before takeoff. We're going to do abbreviated. Takes too long, and let's do is push the test. All good and happy. We're going to do surface ice pressurization. Test. Where's the pressurization? There it is. Watch the gauge in the far right bottom corner. Got pressurization. Rate knobs 10. Manual cabin altitude. We are going up to 32,000 feet. Let me kill these for a second. Is it shift 4? 3? That'll do. So, aircraft altitudes on the bottom there. 25. 30. 32. Sure. Somewhere around there. Avionics check, autopilot gauge, autopilot yoke disconnect, pitch roll trim, set for takeoff. So let's have a quick look down there. where I wanted to go. Need it to go right in here. Good. Good. Flaps. Let's get our flaps down. Flight controls. Auto feather. We're going to go arm. Oops. Auto feather. Let's get our radios here. Let's get some weather. The barrel set.
Papa Alpha Delta Kilo automated weather observation. 05000 Zulu. Wind 246 at 15. Visibility 10. Sky condition 2,800 scattered. Ceiling 4,200 broken.
Cool, cool. Taxi.
Papa Alpha Delta Kilo traffic. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is taxiing to runway 23. Papa Alpha Delta Kilo.
Break. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get rolling. While we're rolling, let's set our altimeter, our altitude for 32,000. Let's keep it rolling here. Like our flight director on there. Got vertical speed. Shoot for 2,000 feet a minute. Go. Keep going. Keep going. She's a big girl. There we go. Already selected a runway. Untowered. Not seeing any aircraft. We're going to have to back taxi somewhat. Or I want to. I believe we have more than enough runway to actually take off. Climb out at round 160. for takeoff. Pitot heats and whatnot on. Engine ice protection, we're good for the moment being. Alright, vent cable heats, blurs on both. Transponder, let's go to on. I'll have to pick up everything in the air. External lights are on, cockpit lights dim for takeoff. Actually, cockpit lights, where do we dim for takeoff? Instrument, indirect, cockpit area, storm flood, off, console panel, bright. Good enough for me. Windshield heat's low, engine ice is required, generator loads checked. Good, pitch and rolls, good. Takeoff, brakes are hold, power to 100% somewhere. Somewhere around there. AFX is eliminated. Brakes, release, V-speed. Rotate should be around 109, landing gear up. And we're off. Let's track the center line. Let that go away. More than enough juice to get off here. We are up. Landing gear coming up. And flaps coming up. Let's make a right-hand turn here. Oh, so gentle. Got some icing indicated. We got the windshields on higher. Actuators on standby. No FOD detected. Climb. We're going to come back on that power. Somewhere around 90%. Yaw dampener can come on. Propeller sync can come on. Gonna get to it. 216 cruise, set for 32,000. Let's see if we can get Anchorage Center. I mean, we're on
Anchorage Center, Beechcraft
for a flight plan, but okay.
X-ray Golf Sierra is type Beechcraft Starship, 900 miles west of Papa Alpha Delta Kilo, 8200. Request flight following.
Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, Anchorage Center. Squawk 0041.
And we're gonna go here. 0041.
Beechcraft X-ray Golf Sierra, radar contact 11 miles west of Papa Alpha Delta Kilo, 9400. Altimeter 2960.
2960.
Beechcraft X-ray
Papa Alpha.
Golf Sierra.
Keep coming back on the RPM. 1600. Green is good. Looks good. Okay, anti-collision's on. Strobes. Let's have a look outside. Go. 20 knot headwind. It's okay. We're still climbing at 2,000 feet a minute. Climbing at 205, 206 knots. 243 true. 223 across the ground. It's pretty impressive. So we can come back here, performance page. We can punch some of these numbers in now, I guess. Cruise altitude, step, climb, fuel bias. Okay. What's our fuel flow now? 5. So 1020. But that's going to be pounds. It won't let me change that, will it? Speed, height, temperature, volume. It's too bad. It would be really nice if they had that. It's okay. We can do some quick calculations. This little tool, a CX3, it's a useful little device. Just a little, it's basically electric E6B. So we've got unit conversion. What do we got? Volume. Got 10, 20 roughly US gallons. Convert units. We're coming up on a standard, but we can go standard barrel now. 2992. Let's do it on our backup instruments as well. 29. Uh, 2982. There we go. There we go. I'm not too worried about this right now. Approaching 32. Whoops. Juggling multiple controllers is always fun. Alright. Well, who do we got out here? Somebody. Somebody. Alright. 21. We still managed 2,000 feet a minute. We can actually pour on a little bit more power here. Climb performance we can have right around 90. I'm supposed to have auto feather on. Guess I am still supposed to have it on. Just in case, I guess. In case I lose an engine in the climb. Which makes sense, I suppose. Here we go. Seem to have nothing but issues with my my chat though. For whatever reason, my Twitch chat on my Streamlabs also doesn't want to display. Not that there's anybody here to chat with at the very moment in time, but there we go. Minus 40 C. Whew, it's cold up here. Let's pour in a little more power. ITT is getting too high. I keep it out of there. So it looks like we're reaching our limit on power. We've still got 9,000, 8,000 and change feet to go. We're losing some ground speed. That's all right though. True speed of 258. A headwind of 42 knots. 43. That's pretty high. The engine is happy. Fuel flow dropped down to 850, 875 or so. Pull back on that power a little. The other thing we can do here, let's have a look at our little nav map. And all right, we're less than 1,000 feet away. It's going to start leveling out. Need to pull back more on that power. Let's see here. That. Delete that. Alright, we're at 32,000 feet. Alt mode has grabbed the plane. Trim's looking good. And our auto feather can come off. Alright, so we should slowly be picking up some speed here. 289, 290. Zoom along our fuel flow. We're looking at almost 666. That's a little ominous, but alright. Everything's looking happy so far. So far, so good. PADK, oops, close. Let's see here. think my little nav map doesn't have
All Nippon 110, climb and maintain flight level tree 50.
PAAT.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 50. All Nippon 110.
I mean, it does. It's roughly 90 nautical miles out. We need to start a descent. And that descent what's our block fuel? Climber descent. 1,500 feet a minute at 180 knots. Okay. Alright. Just double checking so we don't get ahead of ourselves here. Stay ahead of the plane. Alright. Yeah, so anyway, I picked up this book, the Starship Diaries, and kind of outlines this this fellow who owned it, Dallas Ketchen, his journey in NC-19, so the 19th airframe made. He picked it up and spent a few months getting 100 hours because for his insurance he needed 100 hours of flight time with a CFI, certified on a Starship. This was, mind you, in the year 2000, so 25 years ago now. And he had to find a flight instructor that was certified on Beechcraft, and obviously you can imagine that isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. Imagine doing that now, right? It's even more difficult, I would think. There we go. That's a better background. So he had to do 100 hours in that, and then that's when he started his journey. And to be fair, I literally just got the book this afternoon and kind of gave it a little bit of a read when I was getting my daughter to sleep. So I'm right at the beginning of the journey, but I don't know. I'm not much of a... Excuse me. Oh. Apparently I'm tired. I'm not much of a reader, a book reader, but this one, given its context and everything else, I'm actually quite looking forward to it. I think I'll find myself finding more opportunities wherever I can to actually give it a read. I actually kind of wanted to have a look through some of this stuff. Emergency checklists, index, FMS, route list, progress. 310, true. I imagine if we didn't have that 55 knot, nearly 55 knot headwind. Route list. Terminal waypoints. Display. Let's get our radar on too. Not that I think we're gonna need it very much here, but I actually don't think we have any weather to speak of. 150 nautical miles in front of us, and there's not a lot going on out there. That's all right. System control, main leg, auto leg, nav source, position hold, sensors. All our Omega stations. I was under the impression that trip planning. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, interesting. ETA. Estimated ground speed 255. Okay. Fuel management. Enter password. I know there was like V speeds and I thought there was, anyway. It should be up there. That explains the difference in throttle position. Alright. Yeah, I could have sworn there was somewhere. The hell is that one? Right. Cool. Okay, cool. Route library. No. Nothing there. Crew notes. Avionics status. FMS. Position. Menu. Performance. Hmm. Huh. Let's give some cooling to the avionics there. Um, arc map, radar. I could have sworn that there was some way to pull up V-speeds in here. Decision height, that's all fine. That's interesting. Didn't know you could do that.
Beechcraft X-Ray Golf Sierra contact Anchorage Center on 119.1. Good day.
119.1. Good day.
.1. Beechcraft X-ray Golf Sierra. Anchorage Center, Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Flight level tree 20. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Anchorage Center, radar contact continue.
Okay, thanks. What have we got for runways? Recommended 20. VFR, few clouds, 18 knots. That's a pretty strong crosswind. We can do it. Runway 20. Teardrop entry. Now we're just hauling along. Let's have a look outside. Let's kill those strobes for a minute, though. Get those navs out too. Check our avionics here. It's cooling down. Looks like we need a little bit more heat. Do I have active noise? Ah. Active noise cancellation. Works real nice. And here's cross side. Normal CDU. Here's see if we can't get it. 66. Almost nail it. 66, 838, 37, 6. Maybe there. Just leave it. 35. Fuel flow. See if I can't get a little warm in here. 21, not bad, but here we go. Right about that 700 pounds an hour. Exactly what we're expecting to burn. .52 knot headwind is undesirable, that's for sure. Because, yeah. I change my call sign in here? Wonder if I can. Performance. November. Oh, what was it? (401) Alpha Zero. See if the next call they call me correctly. Or 2 nautical miles. 46 minutes. (315 knots), true. That's freaking fast. So I believe this will be the last stop in Alaska. I don't think there's another airport I can even get to in Alaska outside of this one. And the U.S. Coast Guard is the one that owns this particular runway. Authorization outside of emergency attained from CCGD 17. Vice Command, Adak, or 625 tower, half nautical mile, northeast of Intex and of runway. Regular snow removal performed for scheduled flights only. 24 hours required for other than scheduled flights. 4. Okay. One 90 to 279 radial. 43. Nav it's 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's try this. Nav 1090. So I think we've got a VOR DME. I think. NDB or VORTAC. Okay. What was that one? 403. Oops, 403. Vertical speed to target 1500. No, wait. I want to be... Um, 2038. 2038. VNAV. It's right there. Okay, cool. I gotta pay attention. ATC. ADF. (1090) to 279. Zooming along. Sure is quiet out here. Hit here, Russia. Come down. Japan. Normal. good one. All right. 64, let's come up on that power a little. Right around there. $315 true. Headwinds come down a little, 48 from now 52. $28 minutes. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's the airport right before it, I guess. See the option. PASY. Flight plan. Letter A. S letter Y. Let's change our flight plan. Slight change of plans. PASY. Going to a slightly larger airport just before runway 28. Runway 28. Is there any approaches? RNAV 28. Approach. RNAV 28. So what does that look like? Yeah. Back to wait. Puppet, I need to be at 3,000 feet. 2500 for Michi, 1800 for Kato. And 131 for the runway. $55 nautical miles. Let's start our descent. Cruise. We're done here. Descent. Pressure rated 500 above. Okay, rate now by desired. Altimeter. Vertical speed. 2500. Let's pull back all the power. PSY. Top of descent. $325 minus 194. And we're coming down. Let's check our nearest airports. Apparently there's none.
Anchorage Center, Beechcraft X-Ray Golf Sierra. Cancel flight following. Beechcraft X-Ray Golf Sierra. Anchorage Center. Cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Barrels below 18. Just the range here. $2,500. Oh, no. See if that works better. I mean, other than the sim can't seem to locate the airport. There it is. What do we got for weather? Let's bring that back up.
Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee Automated Weather Observation 0700 Zulu. Wind 280 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition 2,000 scattered ceiling, 4,100 broken. Temperature for C. Dew point 2C. Altimeter 2951. Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee Automated Weather Observation 0700 Zulu. Wind 280 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition 2,000 scattered ceiling, 4,100 broken. Temperature for C. Dew point 2C. Altimeter 2951.
Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee traffic. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Tree 1 miles east. 10,300. Inbound to land. Runway 10. Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee. Papa
Let's try it
Alpha
again.
Sierra
2-8.
Yankee traffic. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Tree 0 miles east. 9,900. Inbound to land. Runway 28. Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee.
hopefully we can get that 3,000 by Puppy. I guess it is. Everybody wants to get in by Puppy. We're 1,000 feet. I think we can arm approach. And what's the next one? 2,500. We're at 18 after that. Let's get our landing gear out. Landing and taxi lights are on. That's to caution. We're going to get our auto feather on, sync off. I really like that glide slope to come in though. I guess we're going to see how this goes. Go down. Flaps are down. One white. 3 red. Let's get more on that center line then. 2 white, 2 red. Three white, 1 red. 2 and 2. We like 2 and 2. I do have 10,000 foot runway, so, you know. I can kinda, oh, there's a nice wind. Idle. Reversers. And we made it. Let's taxi to parking.
Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee traffic. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is taxiing to parking. Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee.
And we're just going to tell them we're out of the runway.
Papa Alpha Sierra Yankee traffic. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Taking off runway 28. Left closed traffic. Papa
Nope.
Alpha Sierra Yankee.
Where are we gonna park this big girl? I don't know where the parking is. Well, we're gonna go with here. 'Cause why not? Alright. Well, we made it to Eareckson, Alaska. Slight change in plans, just because time-wise I didn't want to add another hour. So let's quickly run through our shutdown. And, okay, get there. Let's get... Those are off. We can go off, 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 off on the heats. Oxygen in. Everything down. Feather the props. Transponder. Can go to standby. Lights. Master lights are off. And we're here. Well, thanks for joining me on this lake. We've made it to our furthest point in Alaska we're going to get to. And the next flight will definitely be taking us into Russian territory. Hopefully, we do well there. But that'll be the next stop. So thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time.